Welcome back to the CryptoWorld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Ethereum is testing an important price level on the chart, while Bitcoin is still forming new patterns in the short term, which I'll talk about in just a moment, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the daily Bitcoin chart. And obviously right now, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin is back in this important area of resistance, which is sitting in between around 28,000 to 29.5k. And so basically, as I've said over the last few days, if we end up seeing a confirmed break back below around 28,000, obviously that would be a bearish confirmation signal on the daily time frame, which would essentially point towards a larger correction, perhaps down towards around 25k approximately. But remember, for that to happen, for that larger correction to happen, we need to see more confirmation, such as a confirmed break below 28,000, which at least as of right now, we have not yet seen. But either way, like I've been warning about over the last few days, it's unlikely we're going to see any significant bullish momentum in the short term, because obviously we've been cooling off from overbought territories on the daily Bitcoin RSI, and on top of that we have been losing bullish momentum in this daily Bitcoin MACD, once again, as I've been already warning about over the last few days. So basically over the last one day, nothing much has changed here on the daily time frame, because obviously at least as of right now we are still seeing higher lows and higher highs on the daily Bitcoin chart, which means we're technically still within a bullish trend on the daily time frame. But once again, we're essentially taking a cool off, a pause from the larger bullish trend, kind of like what we saw back here. So once again, in the shorter term, I would not be expecting any significant bullish momentum, but that doesn't necessarily change the fact that we are still within a larger bullish trend. And now if you're zooming into the shorter term, this is on the 3-hour Bitcoin chart, and right now, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin is potentially forming a new bullish divergence pattern, because obviously, at least as of right now, we have lower lows in the price action in the 3-hour candle closes, while we're seeing higher lows in the 3-hour Bitcoin RSI. But it is important to mention at the time of recording this video, this potential bullish divergence is not yet confirmed. We need to see some more confirmation here to essentially cement this higher low in place in the Bitcoin RSI. So at least as of right now, obviously we still have this active bearish divergence playing out, because we're still seeing lower highs in the RSI. We're still seeing rejections from this line of resistance in the 3-hour Bitcoin RSI. So once again, as I've been saying every day since all the way up here, we should not be expecting any significant bullish momentum in the short term, and instead we're likely going to see either some sideways price action, if not a pullback in the price of Bitcoin, which is obviously playing out as expected. But if this bullish divergence actually confirms, then obviously that could essentially invalidate this previous bearish divergence, which is currently still playing out. And instead, in that case, obviously we could see either some sideways price action or a slight bounce in the short term. But once again, we still need to actually confirm this bullish divergence. And as of right now, the price of Bitcoin is attempting to break below this area of support, which is sitting in between around 28.6k to 29k. And so basically, once again, if we see more confirmation for an actual break to the downside below 28.6k with things like candle closes below that level, then in that case, the next area of support is sitting in between around 27.4k to 27.8k. So basically, that price area would become the next target area for support. We would likely see a drop down towards those high $27,000 prices if this break below 28.6k confirms. So overall, just in the short term, at least for now, we are still looking slightly more bearish than bullish in the short term. But remember, as of right now, this is still occurring within a larger bullish trend. And of course, if we see more more confirmed signals, for example, a confirmed break back below 28,000, then in that case, that can start to change this bullish trend into more of a bearish trend. But as of right now, we still need to wait for more confirmation in order to confirm a larger trend reversal here on the larger timeframes. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this right here is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and over the last one day, we have now seen a daily candle close back below this previous area of resistance, which is sitting in between around 1980 to 2040. So obviously right now, this is technically one bearish confirmation signal, and if we confirm that area as new resistance again, basically if we confirm a rejection from that area, then we're likely heading down towards this next area of support, which is sitting in between around 1770 to 1820. And now, technically speaking, if we actually bounce from that level of support, it is still possible we could remain within this larger bullish trend, because we're essentially still seeing higher lows and higher highs even in that case. But of course, if we start to see confirmed breaks back below those areas of support, also below this area of support, which is sitting in between around 1650 to 1.7k, then in that case, it would become clear that the larger bullish trend is now reversing into more of a bearish trend. But either way, just in the short term, if you're looking at smaller timeframes, for example, it's obvious that we have lost short-term bullish momentum, as I've already been warning about over the last few days once again. And now, speaking about the shorter term, zooming into the smaller timeframes like this 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart, and right now, as of recording this video, the price of ETH is testing this important area of support. First of all, we have this ascending line of support, which is sitting at approximately 1940 to 1950, and on top of that, we have this previous area of resistance, which is currently acting as short-term support, which is sitting in between around 1920 to 1940. So basically, in between around 1920 to 1950 is an area of short-term support to pay attention to. But if we end up seeing a confirmed break below around 1920, then in that case, we could likely see a drop down towards this next short-term area of support, which was previous resistance, and this is sitting in between around 1830 to 1850. And once again, as I've also warned about over the last few days, since all the way up here, we do have an active bearish divergence still currently playing out in the short term, meaning we should not be expecting a significant amount of bullish momentum in the short term, and instead we're likely either going to see some sideways price action, if not a pullback in the price of ETH. And as always, the invalidation for this bearish divergence would be either new highs in the price or new highs in the RSI, or at least a breakout in the RSI above this descending line of resistance, which obviously as of right now we have not seen. So at least for now, this bearish divergence is still active, but in the imminent short term, we're likely going to see a bit of choppy sideways price action, perhaps in the coming hours, maybe over the next day or so. And now, if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is either going up or going down, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money if the price is chopping around sideways. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.